How do you assess the Lions? They've obviously improved in the last couple of weeks. Are you already on it?
Yeah, I think overall they've been getting games into players throughout the year that are starting to show the improvement they're looking for. Been very competitive. Yeah, it's another real tough game. We've had a couple of real tough games up there against them in the last couple of years, and a tough one here last year, so we know what we're up against. They're both pretty good, but still in some doubt whether they'll be selected to play, so yeah, 50-50. Keeping it very low key at the moment. Yeah, get the soreness out first.
Was it the tackle or getting cleaned up by Love Murray that did most of the damage?
I'm not really sure. I think it was more the late bump, late in the game. No, it's more his back, well, all his back. Yep, his ribs are fine. Yeah, really hopeful Sam can get a run at it now. Yeah, definitely. Just now needs to get out and play and show that he's available for selection at some stage in the next few weeks. Yeah, he's up for selection. He's back available, and his form was good. So we'll seriously look at Paddy's potential roles in the side. It's possible, but not for the sake of resting them. It would be guys who would benefit from the rest because they're really sore. You know, the players that we were looking at resting were, Darling was one, but he's had a forced rest anyway. And the other guys are all tracking along pretty well. Any of those players that have played massive ground time this year, we would consider it. It doesn't mean that's the best thing. So we'll consider whether a lighter game, playing as the sub, we've used the sub players that way at different times throughout the year, or a week off. I can't answer who they're likely to be because it'll be across the squad wide.
If you beat Brisbane though, and it looks like top four's locked away, does that make it more likely that you might rest?
No.
Around 22?
No. Not more likely at all, but exactly the same consideration. There's no doubt we've had players that have copped 2 or 3 week suspensions that's surprised us as well. When we may have thought it was at the lower end of the scale. The real big question mark I always believe is when does the player have no other option? When they're attacking the ball that hard and in a fraction of a second, things change. The ball bounces the wrong way, the player changes direction. They're the things I think that they're looking at, and that's probably, there's no doubt that's what helped Bo on the weekend, was that he was in there ready to win the footy, and quite a lot of things changed that didn't give him really any other option than standing his ground.
So do you think that's a good precedent set now by the tribunal, where there was no intent from Waters to clean him up or anything? In future, if we see incidents like that, would you like them to be?
I'm not sure. I mean, that's it sounds as though that's written into the interpretation of the charge, is around did the player, was it unforeseen circumstances, or did the player have any other options? They're there. So I assume that the match review panel use that in making all their determinations. There's been quite a few significant changes we've made over the last 2 or 3 seasons that we think have made us better in that area, and that goes in some of our programs that we have in place to manage the players in their workloads, measuring all that, as well as our actual training program. Our view was to rebuild the side as quickly as we could and make some pretty tough calls, and I think we made those calls as a match committee and a football department, but also with the support of our club, to build the team back to the top as quickly as we could. So 3 years is a long time to put in a lot of planning and hard work.
Do you think it gives hope to clubs like Port Adelaide and the Dockers and that that are sort of finding tough?
Yeah, well, we took a lot out of watching Fremantle last year go from where they were into the finals. So yeah, teams will look at what other teams are doing all the time.